Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe. Yes. What up? 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 What up, Johnsons? How y'all doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. Glad you can make it. What's going on? What's happening? It's Tuesday. Phone lines will be open. Phone numbers down here. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Look, we got some topics we're going to cover tonight. I want to get to all of it. A lot's been happening. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to all my people in Kentucky and surrounding areas who were hit by this a rack of tornadoes that were devastating. Okay, so I know people are still recovering from this. I just want to let you know that I feel you. We're down with you. Tim Black's Wolfpack has your back, and hopefully you are safe. And hit us up and we'll retweet or, you know, God, I don't even know what to say. Our hearts go out to you, and we hope that you're fine. Hit us up. Let us know what's going on. Reach out to the community. Let us know how you're feeling and what it is. Wow, guys. Wow. So, let's make sure we're alive everywhere before we really get going. What's going on? Can I get some love on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook? Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Oh, okay, Tim, it'd be good if you dialed into the phone number. You want a phone line to work, don't you, Tim Black? Well, yeah, it would be nice. So let's get the phone number connected. Yeah, Tim, let's get the phone number connected. Why don't we do that? Why don't we connect the phone, Tim Black? All right, talk amongst yourselves and we get phone lines hooked up. It's not that very intricate a process. Just dial this number.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
Now, if this doesn't work, there's not much I can do. Let's hope it works.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important
That's
instructions, press.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's it. That's all the mystifying. That's all on my side, okay? Everything else is on them at this point. And usually, 9 times out of 10, even better than that, I'd say 95% of the time, once all my shit's right, their stuff works, okay? But there are 5% of the time. Had a couple people really concerned. Hey, I helped the show that time. What's going on? Why do you ever need help again in life? Why should you ever need anything else ever? It's not how it works, Johnson. But anyway, guys, welcome to the Tim Black Show. We're going to get into this. We are in the house. We're doing this. I got some topics. We got news to cover first, phone callers. So we're not taking phone calls just yet. Okay? Okay. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's jump right into it, folks. Let's see. Let's get back on the screen here. Oh, I didn't even check. YouTube, we good? We good, YouTube? Goodness gracious. My bad. Hello, everyone. Oh. Okay. What up, what up, what up? Tim Black's Woodpecker House. I see you. Thank you. Thank you, Johnson, for being here. It's all good. Consider this just a live recording of the show. Live videotaping. That's what this is. Anybody in Twitch land? What's up, Twitch? What up, Twitch? What's up, Facebook? How y'all doing? Can I get some shares? Can we get some shares out there, Johnson? All right. I want to jump right into some news. Okay, so let's get started with this. We got South Dakota teachers. This little bit of information about South Dakota teachers hit my desk over the weekend. I want to share a little video clip of what's going on there in South Dakota as teachers scramble to get cash, a dash for cash for their students. Check it out. Okay, so what you're witnessing there are teachers. A group of South Dakota teachers scramble for cash between periods of a minor league hockey game to help raise money for their classrooms. That's right, this is a promotional event that's being criticized over its optics and concerns over teacher pay and shortages around the country. Okay, Johnson, okay. Yeah. Not so good, Johnson, not so good. So, this is not good, Johnson. It looks horrible. And I know a lot of people were concerned about it and tweeting about it, and I think I sent out a tweet about it, and then I read the article and I realized as horrible as this looks, The reality is even much more horrible than that. Yeah, so one of the problems that we have with people that call themselves progressives and people that call themselves humanitarians or leftists or whatever you call yourselves, when you are concerned about an issue, you see something, you're like, this looks bad, this is horrible. That is nothing compared to the reality on the streets. Listen, guys, this is them trying to help. This is what help looks like. Okay, so 10 teachers competed for $5,000 in Dash for Cash on Saturday in a promotion put on by the Sioux Falls Stampede Hockey Club and the CU Mortgage Direct, a local lender. So a local mortgage company in the hockey league, the Sioux Falls Stampede Hockey Club, said, how can we help the schools and make it fun to help the schools? So that's why they did this, okay? That's what this is all about. It's getting criticized all over the internet, but here's the reality. We are criticizing the wrong people. We need to criticize our jacked up systems, which make teachers underpaid and do not fund schools appropriately. Funding schools via the tax revenue of the surrounding neighborhoods is not an effective way to give a damn about education. That's the problem. That's the problem, okay? The problem is not this video piece. No, that's not the problem. In fact, guys, it gets worse because the real problem is, listen, okay, South Dakota State Rep Aaron Healy of Sioux Falls said the event shows a broken system and an education funding problem. This is true. This is what the problem is. The problem is not the mortgage company. The problem is not the hockey league. The problem, damn sure, ain't the teachers. The problem is the damn money. The rent's too damn high. The wages aren't too damn high. The rent's too damn high. And the way we fund the schools are not adequate. That a teacher would have to do this. Now, the event sponsor was very apologetic, okay? Because they say, look, our intent was to provide a positive and fun experience for teachers. We can see how it appears to be degrading and insulting towards the participating teachers and the teaching profession as a whole. We deeply regret and apologize to all teachers for any embarrassment this may have caused. The intention was to help raise funds for area teachers in their classrooms. Now, here's the kicker, guys, and this is why I say we can't be so quick to react. That's myself included. I'm in that group. I tweeted too. This looks bad. This is demoralizing. But that's nothing compared to what's really going on. It's sort of like you see a panhandler on the street. See somebody on the street begging for money. And you go, this looks bad. You got this person out here begging for money. What's really bad is that they have to beg for money. Okay, that's the real bad part. The bad part is not, hey, look at all these people sleeping in a tent city. The problem is, why do the people have to sleep in the tent city? Okay, that's the real problem. So we don't want to confuse, we don't need to be jumping up on our high horses, right? To the point where we are losing all sense and reality of how jacked up this whole system is. This system is garbage, okay? So let's keep that all in focus as we do this. Listen, these are the lucky teachers. These are the lucky teachers, guys. More than 30 applicants applied to be in this relay. Yeah, you want to feel bad? Think about the fact that there are other people just hoping to be able to shame themselves to help fund their classrooms because they didn't see it as being shamed. They saw it as an opportunity to get some more pencils and pens and papers and folders and whatever's needed and erasers and markers and whatever's needed that the school is not providing for them, that they usually have to dig in their pockets to take care of their kids. Not their kids at home, our kids, the kids in that community, the kids in those schools. You guys get where I'm going with this? What I'm saying? So we don't want to sound like a bunch of hypertentious ass liberal ass detached people, assholes, detached, who are focusing on the symptom of the problem and going, oh, I don't want to see that. Meanwhile, if they're not there, guess what's going on? Teachers are quietly footing the bill. Teachers are quietly footing a bill for inadequately funded schools. So if you don't see it, does that make it better? No. So I'm glad that this is on display. I'm glad we got the video clip because now we can take this outrage that everyone's feeling, including myself, and do something about it. We can say, hey, this month we're going to help this school. So here we go. Mrs. Blacksman saying, Tim Black, what we going to do, baby? What you going to do? We're going to just keep talking. What you want to do? What we want to do this that we can commit to doing that's real. Well, you know what we could do? We could pick a school. One school a month, maybe even one classroom a month, and we could say whatever. Okay, this is just an idea. I'm going to work it out with Mrs. Black. I'm going to present it to my Patreons, the members of the Tim Black Wolfpack, who support this show and say, hey, what do you want to do? I say we pick a school. You want to pick one school or one classroom? Maybe one classroom. And say, we're going to help out. And we can say, this is our classroom of the month. Okay? And we're going to help out. We're going to make that our charity. Okay? We got to do something besides get upset at symptoms. Get what I'm saying? Because if we just keep getting upset at symptoms and making a bunch of noise on Twitter, being all pissed off, okay, what are we getting? Listen, guys, I done burnt every bridge imaginable to the progressive left just for speaking up for black people and calling out bullshit when I saw it. What else am I going to do? I got to do some good. People act like they were so offended because I called out people's politics. Because I'm tired of black people getting the short end of the stick. Because I said these people are full of shit. And then I didn't realize that most of their supporters don't really give a shit about that. They like who they like, and they like what they support, and they like what they cover. So I burned a lot of bridges. But, okay, fine. When one door closes, another door opens, or there's a window. Here's my window, guys. Let's do some good. Let's go forward with this. Let's not be like these other people who are just going to complain and then move on to the next shit. These teachers, as humiliating as you think this is, however bad you think this is optically, these are the winning teachers because they get to help their kids. 30 applicants. They received over a combined $5,000 and a minimum of $500 each. And each teacher was introduced prior to the event as we highlighted their school and what the funds would be used for. I don't see why we couldn't do similar things. Okay, so in total, the Stampede and CU Mortgage Direct will contribute an additional $15,500 to area teachers. So they didn't put all the money on the floor. There was another $15,000. So give it up for that. Now here's what we know. Lauren Paul said, is the president of the South Dakota Education Associates. She said teachers spend an average of $750 out of their own pockets to give their students the supplies they need. That's according to the Dakota News Now. We have a statewide educator shortage, a teacher shortage, and I don't know if there's a district in the state that is looking for a position or a bunch of positions. I think it's really cool when the community offers an opportunity for events like this, for things that educators often pay for themselves. So, guys, when I look at this story, I recall a story that I covered about firemen, okay? I covered a story about firemen. This is like a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And how the prison systems use inmates to fight forest fires, as opposed to hiring or paying for local fire departments, what have you. And I made a video about it and how, look, this is dangerous work. You could die doing this work. And how the state benefited from using essentially free labor. And there was a YouTube person, I forget who he was. It was a black guy. And he responded to my video. He was very pissed off. Now, he has a YouTube channel, okay? And he responded in the video to me saying, Tim Black, you out of touch. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, man. He said, I'm a person who was in prison. And we love having the opportunity to get out of the freaking jail and go do something that can help us later in life. To be a part of something, add something to our resumes, it helped us to do this. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, but they're exploiting you because you're vulnerable. You can't really just say no. Well, you say we could say no. Okay. But what's the alternative? So I'm up here arguing with a person who actually did this thing, who actually went out and fought those fires, and I'm telling them how they should feel. I'm end up telling him how he should feel about what he did. And I say, goddamn, this don't make sense. And I dug in so far in my argument because I feel I mean well for these people. Then looking back, I sounded like a out of touch white woman. I sound like an out of touch white woman because what? Because I'm telling white people, I'm telling this black man, this former incarcerated black man, don't be, I'm looking out for you. Let me tell you what let me tell you what's best for you. Or what was best for you. And that's not good. So you can have I had good intentions, like fight the system, fuck these politicians that would allow black incarcerated folks or any incarcerated folks to fight their fucking fires, hire firemen. And I'm not listening to the actual people on the ground and what they're going through to get the true on the ground, boots on the ground feeling and what their opinion is for their own lives. So I learned something through that interaction. Never let your advocacy, never let your progressive ideals, whatever that shit is, don't let that overshadow the actual people that you're trying to help. Because when you start doing that, it's no longer about those people, it's about you. It's about you and your feel-good shit. It's about you and your moral superiority. It's about you and this weirdness, this detached, living in a bubble, save the whales mentality that you have. And that is condescending as hell. And you got to get away from that and don't do that and respect the game. So guys, all I'm saying is this is not good. We don't like what the teachers are having to do for their students. We need to correct the reason for why they would have to do this. And let's correct that instead of making a big deal about what they're having to do. Let's correct the reasons for them having to do it. That makes sense? All right, let's keep it moving, Johnson. That was a good way to start tonight, wasn't it? That was pretty good. That was pretty good, Mrs. Black. Okay, next one. We good? That makes sense, guys? What's up? All right. They don't hire people with records. I don't know. Oh, okay, so our fire departments. Okay. I feel you, Craig. I'm telling you what the guy told me, man. He said they wanted to do it, man. And I'm telling him he's wrong. He didn't want to do it. He doesn't know himself. So we can't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. That's crazy. I just said I sounded like an out-of-touch white woman. When I said that about a black woman, they said I was erasing her blackness. I said it about myself, and I'm damn sure black. See, people try to pretend like they don't understand your arguments. Get what I'm saying? They try to pretend they don't understand your arguments. They're disingenuous. They're liars. Okay? Like they don't understand your arguments, so they take them out of context to try to, use them against you. Okay? And that's not even malice intent. I wasn't malice. I just thought I knew better. I just thought, all right, moving on. Okay, so these the Amazon workers, guys. Okay, Amazon workers. Jesus Christ, Johnson. Look at this, folks. All right. Now, we talked about it earlier. We talked about this. This is what used to be a warehouse, an Amazon worker warehouse, a warehouse where people worked. 6 people died in this warehouse. One of the workers who died in this warehouse when the tornado hit it in Illinois, he was texting his girlfriend. It's Larry Verdon. Larry Verdon texted his girlfriend and said, "I'm filling up now." And then he could not come home then. Instead, he had to tell her, "Hey, well, I'll be home after the storm." And she asked him, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, Amazon won't let us leave. All it's doing here is lightning." So he lived only like 20 minutes away. And as you can see, he never responded again. That's because he died in that Amazon warehouse we just saw. Okay? Larry Verdon was 46. He was killed Friday when the roof came down at a massive Amazon facility. Now, his girlfriend of 13 years, Cherie Jones, spoke to the Post. She said the text was sent around 8:23, 16 minutes before the tornado reportedly touched down at 8:39. The couple lived in nearby Collinsville, which is only 13 minutes away from the warehouse. So her thing is, hey, if they would have let him go, he could have made it home before the tornado hit, and he wouldn't have been in the facility to lose his life. So, and Verdon leaves behind 4 children, and of course his girlfriend. And he had worked at Amazon for 5 months, was the father of 4 children, including adopted children. They had 3 children together between the ages of 9 and 12. Now they asked Mrs. Jones if she fought Amazon for the death of her boyfriend, and she said, not really. But it's that what-if situation. What if they would have let him leave or could have made it home? Amazon said the Edwardsville site received a tornado warning through various alerts, and the team on site at the time worked to get as many workers and partners into a designated shelter area. Verdon was a U.S. Army veteran who served in Iraq. He had a missile blow up in front of him, like 200 yards away, so he was lucky over there. When he was over there, he made his peace with the maker, so he was prepared to die, but we didn't want him to die now. She said her children, of course, are having a hard time dealing with this. Their oldest son thinks that daddy's going to come home, but now we have to tell him that daddy's not coming home. My daughter came to the house. She was like, "Where's daddy? Where's daddy?" She started bawling because she knew something was wrong. The youngest doesn't understand it either. We're really going to have to sit down and talk to them. So this is horrific stuff, guys. One of the other things I noticed, there was also an issue. Amazon had some type of policy where you can't bring your phone into the facility. So I don't know where he was at the time with the phone. At least in most, I don't know if it was in this particular facility, but in other facilities where they could not let their loved ones know where they were. And they were also worried if they got trapped somewhere, they wouldn't be able to call authorities and say, "Hey, I'm here under the rubble." So it's been a lot of ongoing conversations about this, guys. It's horrific, is what it is. And who gets to decide if people can leave the building? Who gets to tell you if you can leave the work site? I'm kind of lost here about who gets to tell you what you can do. So if they say we can't leave, if we leave, what happens? What happens? Was Amazon saying that threatening to fire people if they left the facility? You have to stay here. You have to work. Or are they saying they would be liable if you left now? We got to wait till the whole tornado watch or the warning's over. Go in a designated area. So I'm kind of I don't understand. If someone has more information about how all of this works, I'd be cool to hear. I would like to hear that on a phone call if you have it. Let's go ahead and send our condolences to the families. And I don't know what else to say about it. It's what it is. Okay. All right, guys. Let's keep going. So this just happened, okay? This just happened. What's up with Elon Musk and Elizabeth Warren? Looks like there's some beef with Elon Musk and Elizabeth Warren. Here's what we got, guys. Okay, so this... Elon Musk. Time makes him person of the year, okay? Hey, look, I don't know why. I don't know what that was about. But there was some fallout about this, right? And Warren looks like she took a shot. Elizabeth Warren took a shot at Elon Musk first. And she says, hey, hi. Okay, feeling 6. Let's charge the rigged tax code so the person of the year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off everyone else. Yes, let's change the rigged tax code so the person of the year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off the rest of us. So, Elon Musk, who have not bothered to take time to learn how his voice sounds, I forget. He hits back with an article from Fox News about her using Native American, freeloading off Native American legacies to benefit her in her personal, academic, and employment life. And yeah, that was kind of funny. He said, stop projecting. Stop projecting. Or whatever. So that's interesting. And then, I don't know, maybe she said something else in response to that. Then he comes over the top. He says, you remind me of when I was a kid and my friend's angry mom would just randomly yell at everyone for no reason. And then he says, please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen. Okay. Okay. Now, these were not exceptional disses to Elizabeth Warren, but I'm sure the right got a lot of fun out of it, and I'm sure people that don't like Elizabeth Warren got a lot of fun out of it. I personally thought it was pretty good, but I really don't give a shit. Here's the thing. There are so many things wrong with the way our money's structured in America, the way our economy runs for black people in particular. That's where my focus lies. That my concern about Elon Musk is that everything. I'm beginning to feel like there's too much damn virtual signaling and going after big whales just to make big noise. And, like, look, this ain't everything. Yeah, it's not everything for you to go after Elon Musk. Yes, he should have to pay his damn taxes, yes. But we already know that. Tell me some shit we don't know, Elizabeth Warren. And that goes for Elizabeth Warren. That goes for all of them. Okay? Stop the fucking virtue signaling with going after Elon Musk publicly. It's cheap shit. It's a lot of cheap shit with the Democrats, and I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of the cheap, easy retweets, the cheap bullshit. You can send out a tweet, fuck Elon, and it gets 5,000 retweets, and it's great. Meanwhile, these same people won't stand up to Biden. They won't stand up to white supremacy. They won't stand up to bullshit. They won't stand up to the infinitesimal black carcass, okay? The congested black carcass. They won't stand up to those fuckers. Those fuckers won't stand up to Biden and the Democrats. Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are back out again on Masterclass talking shit I mean, Obama's won't go away. Nobody goes away. Nothing changes. Black people still scared to say their shit because they can't get their money right, because they're in this system, and white people still towing the line and selling all of us out, and Latinos are keeping their heads down. And at the end of the day, I get all these tweets and DMs and reminders and all this bullshit, and the best thing I got, I follow all these politicians all fucking day. They're in my DMs, they're in my timeline on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Interscope, Kaleidoscope, Instagram, everywhere, TikTok, all this fucking information. And the best message, the best political oriented message, the best message I got all day was this, okay? This was it. And this, working class, please help us. Republicans, no. Democrats, Black Lives Matter, hearts and a rainbow flag. And the answer is still no. And that, folks, is the best damn response of all the shit, of all the people I follow, all the people that I know. That's the best message I got all fucking month. Okay? And I follow all of them. And some of them follow me back. Now, and that great message I got, the most hard-hitting message I got, ain't even from a fucking politician, it's from a comedian by the name of Ida Rodriguez. So I'm tired of the fucking virtual signaling, guys. I'm tired of the nonsense. So, yeah, go back and forth with Elon, scores you points. It's low-hanging fruit. He don't give a shit, and you don't give a shit either. Okay? Because if you gave a shit, I wouldn't have to do the next segment I have to do, which is on Joe Biden and the fucking student debt. All right. Cut it out. Cut it out. So, it's just tiresome, folks. Aren't you tired of it? Who out there is not tired of this shit? Am I the only one that's tired of it? I can't be the only one tired of it. You have to sleep for a living. You get tired of bullshit. You have bullshit detectors, don't you? Come on. All right. If you weren't awake before, you're awake now, goddammit. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Makes sense? All right. Both parties suck, Johnson. They can't even say that, more or less live by it. Too busy batting for their team. Okay, so what do we got here? Last story. Last story, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for that, Ida Rodriguez. Here we go. So all this stuff talking about Joe Biden and what Joe Biden's not doing, and here we go, guys. Joe Biden, this is him running. This is Joe Biden. No, he'd already won. Okay, he's in office. Here's his tweet. Additionally, we should have to forgive a minimum of $10,000 a person of federal student loans, as proposed by Senator Warren and colleagues. Young people and other student debt holders bore the brunt of the last crisis. It should not happen again. All right, so very cool, very much what we need, but the problem is they're not doing this. White House punts Biden's promise to cancel 10,000 student debt to Congress. They haven't sent him a bill on it yet. Okay, so they are shucking and jiving. They are BSing us. They are moonwalking away from the stances that they took. I remember when Joe Biden ran, we wanted full debt relief. People said, that's crazy talk. Let's go for 50,000. That 50,000 was quickly moved down to 10,000. And now that's even off the board. And here we are. This is where we are. Okay, so White House punts on Biden's promise to cancel 10,000 student debt in Congress. Now they got this program. I saw that somebody was it the labor secretary? No. Student debt, whatever the fuck this is. Betsy DeVos, education secretary. It's a guy now. The new Betsy DeVos is a guy. Okay, he was on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne. I didn't watch much. I watched a tiny clip, and it was what happened to reducing the student debt? What about erasing student debt? And the guy's like, hey, we got this program. We do this thing. We throw it in the air. It spins around. We catch it underneath. We do some tricks with it. And Charlamagne's like, but what about the student debt relief? You ran on this. What happened to that? Well, no, like I said, we got the thing. We got this great maneuver we do. We throw it around our back 3 times. We throw it in the air. We catch it underneath, and it does this thing. It turns into a dove or a swan, and it flies away, and it plays music. It plays the accordion, and it's like, no! What are you going to do about student debt? So here's the thing, guys. They are not going to do it. I was reading about the program that's in place. They got some kind of relief package, but there are conditions, guys. There are conditions. The conditions are you have to be paying on your student loans for 10 years. Okay, to qualify for this relief, you have to be paying on student loans for 10 years. It only applies to some people. It was a program already devised by George W. Bush back in 2007. The stipulations were so stringent that 95% of the people that applied for it did not qualify for the program. Now, they have lessened some of the restrictions, which means slightly more people will be able to qualify for some form of debt relief. Okay. And some people will benefit from this. In this program that Joe Biden that was started by George W. Bush goes to service workers. We're talking lawyers, doctors, teachers, firemen, shit like that, that these people will get some form of debt relief if they qualify. If they qualify, this is not everybody. This is a very small amount of people, okay? They make it sound like it's a really big program. It's not that many people. So a lot of people have this conversation about debt. I want people to know that here's the problem I have when we start talking about debt relief. People are overselling the benefits of student debt relief for all of us. First of all, not everyone goes to school. So it's not something that will impact all of us, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't support it just because it won't impact you. Right? Right. Okay. So, but you got to keep that in mind. That it's not impacting everybody. Only 84% of Black Americans even go to college. No, 84% of Black Americans do not go to college. Okay? So that's part of why some Black folks are like, why is this, what are y'all making? Stop. And then people are using language like this is some type of racial gap closer, or this is going to decrease the racial wealth gap. Okay. If most of us are not going over, if 84% of us don't go, we still gap like a motherfucker. Okay, so let's start talking very plainly about this. Stop defending Joe Biden. Stop running defense for Democrats. Stop. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, let's stop acting like it doesn't help any of us. It does help some of us Black folks and white folks and Latino folks and indigenous folks. Help some of everyone. Everyone can benefit from this if you are in school and if you qualify. Okay? So student debt relief will help some people, and that's good. We want things that help some people. Sometimes you can't get what you want. Sometimes you got to get a little something. My problem is the framing of this. I don't like it being framed like it's a reparations. I don't even like you using that type of language. Call this shit what it is. Help for people. Help for people. Some fairness in education. Okay? Let's just call it that. Let's not attach it to Black people. Let's not attach it to our claims of justice claims and reparations. Let's just make this what America should be fucking doing like all other countries are doing. All other Western, we got the worst education tuition in the Western world. And now you're proposing doing something about it, and now you want to say, well, we want to help black people anyway. We're tired of hearing them complain. So here you go, black people. Let's get this to everybody. And people act like they don't know why that may be sound, something that's repugnant. I understand. I support it. And that's coming from somebody like me who actually supports it. But I support it, but I know how to be critical of it at the same time. I have the courage to say that Joe Biden is full of shit. I have the courage, the backbone, and I'm putting my future on the line, and I'm hurting my business, and I'm hurting the trajectory. I can take my business that feeds my fucking family. So I don't feel sorry for you who can't say real shit, because we both have families. I'm not the only person with a family. You're not the only person protecting a family or a family to provide for. I have one too. But you know what's more important or just as important? The fucking truth. The truth is, we should have no debt. College should be fucking free. It should be free. College should be free. What a slap in the face to be one of the only countries in the westernized world not to provide free local college tuition, to even be gouging Americans who need an education to begin with. How is so not only be gouging the fuck out of Americans, but not giving the basics that the rest of the world enjoys. But when we do even contemplate doing it, we reduce it, de-incentivize it, lessen it, water it down, take the legs out from under it, buckle the knees, break the spine, shatter the membrane, win the backbone, everything to it, take all the melanin out of it, add a bunch of mayonnaise and raisins, take the sugar, no salt, no seasons whatsoever to it, and then say, this is for you, black people. This will help you. And then sit mystified and feel a certain kind of way when people say, get the fuck out of here and get us a real dish. I can't get jiggy with this shit. And once again, that's coming from somebody who actually supports this, because I also realize I have a slither of like, yo, we got to get something for people. Okay, fine. But that don't mean I'm happy about it, and that don't mean I'm not going to call you on the carpet about it, and that doesn't mean I'm going to clap for it, and that doesn't mean you off the hook, and don't call this shit a reparations. I got like 20 conditions before I get to, all right, then cool, do what you got to do, man. Because we got to eat porridge. Okay? Now, and even after all of that complaining and bitching and all of that, calling them out on the carpet and having the guts to do that, I want it to be known that there are things Biden could do that would actually help. Okay? One is he could cancel student loans for most student loan borrowers. He could do a wide-scale student loan cancellation. That's the most obvious way Biden could cancel more student loans. He could cancel student loans up to $10,000 for student loan borrowers. Okay, so number two, he could student loan forgiveness after 10 years. If you pay 10 years, automatically forgiven. Automatically. There's nothing to apply for. There's no paperwork to fill out. There's no hoops to jump through. Have you been paying on your student loans for 10 years? Automatically, boom. That's it. Done. Anybody who got it in the past, if you paid for 10 years, boom, done. Everybody wiped out. Everyone gone. All of it gone. 3, he can make student loan debt cancellation automatic. Student loan borrowers want to know how you qualify for automatic student loan cancellation. As I stated, make it automatic. Okay, number 4. 3 was just make it after 10 years. 2 is make it after 10 years. 3 is make it after 10 years to make it automatic. Not even something you have to apply for. Okay, number 4, you can lower the monthly student loan payments for borrowers. Make the loans less. Lower the interest rate and lower the loan amount. 5, you can get partial student loan forgiveness with the current plan. There's all these hoops you have to jump through. Let's lower That's okay, and it's like this. You either qualify or you don't qualify. Instead of having it either a feast or famine, let's just make it something in the middle. Let's make it degrees of forgiveness, okay? So right now, you either qualify or you don't. How about you qualify at 80%, or you qualify at 60%, and you qualify at 50%, and everybody can qualify at least somewhat. So there are options we could take here in order to make this actually something that's a little bit more effective, instead of just cherry picking and then people are pretending that the music is good. This is not good music. We can't dance to this shit. This is unhelpful. The shoes are too tight. The pants are not straight. The hem's all out of line. No one's going to wear it. One arm is shorter than the other. This is an irregular cut. This is not going to work. So that's where we need to be. We need some honesty in our reporting and honesty in our politicians. And those are things, it seems like we cannot get those things. We cannot get them. Now, at February, currently what we're having right now is a delay, like, what is it? There has been, people have not been having to pay those student loans. We've been taking a break due to the pandemic. There's a word for it, I forget the word, but you know what it is. You don't have to pay right now. That's going to end in February. The problem with that is that there are some people who are not financially back the way they were. I understand those people. I'm in that same bucket. The Tim Black Show saw a 40% decrease of support. Other people are seeing similar. Some people are seeing more. Some people are seeing less. Some people are seeing a lot more decrease in their funds. And then they got these loans coming due. The money ain't better, but the loans are coming back. So that's going to increase the amount that they owe. They're going to end up in their interest rates. All this is accumulating. The arrears, or whatever the hell you call it, are going to accumulate. So we want Joe Biden to extend that even further. So that's a couple of things, guys. So, yeah. We ran this video for a recap on this. I'm not going to waste your time recapping it. I think I was emphatic enough and very clear where we are on this. The Biden administration made some projections about what they wanted to do. They've walked away from it. Now they're blaming Congress and saying, Congress, put a bill on my desk. And at the end of the day, you got a thing called a pen, Joe Biden. Well, Donald Trump, full of shit, asshole, talked too much, overplayed his hand, said a bunch of crap. Also came out recently that the amount of votes that were in question are so infinitesimal, we wouldn't change any election anywhere. Okay? I mean, so few votes have been called into question as to tampering or election integrity. After close analysis, it wouldn't be enough to overturn hide and go seek, or who's going to have to hide, or who's going to have to seek. Like, that's how little the number is. Who has to wash dishes couldn't even be determined by this shit. Okay? It wouldn't sway that. So that's where we really are, guys. But even Donald Trump would sign a bunch of shit and didn't get overturned in court. I want to see Biden try. I want to see Kamala Harris try to do things that help us. Try. Okay? I'm willing to work with a try. I'm not even getting a try out of these people. Try to get some shit done. Try to write some executive orders. Don't tell me what you can't do. Trump did not spend all this time telling us what he could not do, what he would do, and do things he could not do, and then let the courts try to overturn it. And that's how you use the bully pulpit, and you should be shaming the shit out of him. As it stands, I'm ashamed that I supported certain people and certain initiatives and certain groups of people who are now not doing what the fuck I thought they would do. All right, that's it. That's it, Johnson. All right. Jesus Christ. Anybody want to call up to the show? It's very late. I got one call in the queue, 267. Let's see what this is, 267. 267, you had a comment for the show? What's going on? Who's this?
How's it going, Tim? It's Tony from Philly.
What's up, Tony?
I hear you talk a lot. Last time I called, we got in a bit of a disagreement. No big deal. I respect you. I value you.
we're not using the phone for that, brother. We're not using the phone for that, brother. We're not using that phone. Nah, we're not gonna get into that, man. Start your own show, do your own show. It's fine, brother. I hear you, man. Go start a YouTube channel and do your thing, or go make a video and talk shit. I don't care, man. There you go. That's how we're gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. That on Tim Black Show. All right, so now I'm gonna go to call in. What's the call in about an issue we talked about tonight, or some other type of news? Okay, let's do that. Let's go to 313. 313, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment? You're live. Oh, I'm sorry, 312, my bad. 312. Okay. All right. It is what it is, Johnson. What is wrong with people, man? What do they think this is? Oh, make Tim be famous on the Tim Black Show Day. That's not what this is for. That's not what we're doing. So we talked about a lot of good stuff. We talked about the teachers being sandbagged, how horrible it is in just this one particular area. We know it's not an outlier. That what's going on with these schools is across the board. A lot of schools are screwed, and that's what happens. We talked about the Amazon workers. We talked about the tornadoes there. We talked about people unable to live. Horrific story there. We talked about Elon Musk going at Elizabeth Warren and what have you. And then we talked about Biden and student loans. I think we did a pretty good job of covering some important issues that pertain to us, okay? Pertain to us that we should care about, that are, I think, valuable points. All right? That's what I think. Yeah, it's like, it is what it is. Will, what's up, fam? What's going on, brother? Wow. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. Is that it for tonight? I guess so, Johnson. I guess so. All right, guys. Well, hold on. We're gonna go grab my board so I can know who's calling up. I do have a list of do not answers. It's like I need a screener. I need a screener in this show. I need to screen the phone calls. It's unfortunate, man. Let's go. Let's go to 561, man. 561, you in the house? 561, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment? Oh, my bad. Here we go. Let's try again. There we go. What's up, brother?
Hey, Tim. It's Ty from South Florida.
Ty, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Sorry you had a couple of bum calls there, buddy. That sucks. I was thinking about that student debt thing, and of course I'm for alleviating some of that ridiculous debt that people put themselves into. But at the same time, it's a little bit like, if I'd have known that there was a chance that this fight was happening while I was coming up, maybe it wouldn't have been so daunting to take on that amount of debt. You're always taught not to owe anybody anything, from where we come from. Man, it's hard thinking how much it costs and how, there's no way I would ever put myself in that much debt. And I don't know. I was just never taught to gamble like that. And it's just, I don't know. I'm glad it's happening, but at the same time, it's sometimes hard to swallow that that's the thing that's happening. And, rich people take those chances all the time, but poor people are taught to live within your means. And taking on that kind of debt isn't living within your means. So it's just another example of the working class getting shoved to the bottom and put in their place, trying not to get stuck here. And I had a couple of things happen this week in the locksmithing. I had a buddy come down. We're partnering up, gonna hit it hard. The other guy I hired didn't work out, but it's always a struggle. Always got to be making moves, doing something, and at the grind. So watching you and being in your grind, it's inspiring, man. and got to keep on doing it over here too. So thanks for what you're doing, and I'm out of here.
Get it for my brother Ty, man. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you. You are right, brother. Yeah, and I just want you to know, like, there's cycles in this. I go through cycles. You go through cycles. We're all working people. This is a working class channel. And you know what? I feel so good about embracing that shit. You know, my dad would be proud of this, would be proud of this embracement. He worked construction his entire life. He's been involved in building buildings, and he wasn't sitting in no damn office. He was out there getting it in and doing this thing. My brother drives a bus, he painted cars, and I was in IT, and it wasn't me sitting in the office, sitting behind something, running a bunch of other people doing the work. I was a worker, and this is what we do here. This is me doing, I do the editing, I do the marketing, I do the video, I do the research, and we just get it in. So this is a working class channel with working class people who know how to roll up their sleeves and get the damn job done. And you're right, Ty. When I talk about this stuff about student loan debt, I'm also thinking about all the shit we couldn't do because we couldn't take on that debt. I know I talked to my boy Rob, my man Rob out of West Virginia, and sometimes we had these conversations. We would call how there are certain things we didn't take up, we didn't do because we couldn't take on that amount of debt. We couldn't see putting our parents through that kind of debt. And my parents weren't going to go for it at all anyway. And thousands and thousands of dollars of debt, I always thought like, hey man, I'll find a way. I'll find a way. But there's no way I could start my life with $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. There was a lady with $198,000 worth of student loan debt who's a teacher at a high school. How the hell? They take people's dreams and ambitions and hopes of giving back and just use them to pad their damn pocketbooks. It's horrific stuff, man. I want to move on to another caller. Can I get a 424 number in the house? 424, you are live. Hey.
Hello. I want to talk about how internationally the politics are just changing in a matter like in Germany and South Africa, where in Germany they just got a new political system in place, and in South Africa they also just have smaller regional municipalities stuff running, and it's more progressive in Germany's case because it's definitely less corporatistic as usual in Germany and in the U.S.
Well, I appreciate the phone call, and give it up for my caller. I'll take that. That's something we normally discuss here, but I think it's a salient point. How do we stack up internationally? Well, you know where I say when we stack up when it comes to the westernized world, when it comes to how we treat our students, how we treat our citizens, horrible. When it comes to education, when it comes to food, when it comes to education, when it comes to standards of EPA standards, so many things, Johnson, so many things. So I appreciate that. 352, you alive? What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim. Gary.
What's up, Gary?
Short, sweet tonight for sure. Just wanted to make sure you got some calls coming in. Do you hear me all right?
We hear you, Gary. What's up?
Yeah. So, Cat was sitting on the phone for a second. Right? So anyway, all right. I thought you brought the subjects with the teachers today, and then they had a line that connected them in a way. It's about, I think you could sum it up as our values are fucked up in this country, aren't they? I mean, what we think is what we're putting out there is important. It's like really, I mean, who's selling this bullshit? It's got to be the people that are holding on to their money. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't see why Musk is. Somebody's got to explain to me what's the big deal about Musk. He's got so much money. Everyone's like he's going to build a Star Wars, or he's going to really take us into the next technological. I mean, if he's got that much money, why don't he do something right away, like start helping people pay off their mortgages and put people, back in houses, and do something with that money that's concrete that can help communities right away. You got all this money in the world, and you probably made a lot due to this country, and you can't put some back into the country. But now I got somebody that I can look up to a little bit there. But for what he's putting it into, it doesn't do nothing for me if he finds water on the moon. On the Mars tomorrow. If he finds a plant on the next planet tomorrow. I mean, we got enough creations on this planet. We can't even take care of that. We find, an owl on Mars tomorrow, that the whole world will come to a stop and say, we got to go save that owl. I mean, our values are so messed up. It's like we got stuff right here that we need to save and take care of, and that it's not really that out of reach, And when these guys.
All right, Gary, thank you for the phone call, man. I appreciate it. Gary, the reason why people are some people like Elon Musk because they like rich people. That's the idea that they can be rich too. America's full of a lot of people that want to be millionaires, and forget millionaires. We want to be billionaires like Elon Musk. He's already a billionaire. Now, they don't care the fact that he was born into money already. Don't let that stop you. Stop with the facts. Yeah, from South Africa, from a family full of millionaires, and he was able to take it and do some more exploiting of people to make himself a billionaire. Because to make that type of money, you got to do a lot of exploitation. But America, at the core of America, there are a lot of people that just want to make as much money as humanly possible. And that's who they are. My thing is, guys, and I'm not a person that's anti-making money. My thing is, we should not be having to hear about this guy's taxes. Ever. Okay? I don't think billionaires have an obligation to be philanthropists. I think that's a cop-out. I think our American system is such, it should be already doing these things that we would think Elon Musk would do. America could do it. If we could bail out banks, we could bail out people. So we would expect Elon Musk to be more of a humanitarian than the U.S. government. Because everything that people can look at Elon and say, why isn't Elon Musk doing this? Why isn't Bill Gates doing this? Why isn't Jeff Bezos doing this? Why isn't Warren Buffett doing this? Whoever. Why isn't the Walton family doing this? Why isn't, anybody, any of these people, any of these billionaires? Why aren't they doing this? Well, you can look at the U.S. government and say, why aren't they doing this? That's who's supposed to be doing it. That's who's supposed to do it. So, Gary, that's really what it is, man. Thank you for the phone call. 954, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment? 954.
Mark in Miami.
What's
How
up,
are you
Mark?
doing, Tim?
I'm good, Mark. What's up?
I just wanted to mention in this discussion of Elon Musk and his sort, is that they don't really make any money. When you invest money in the stock market and you put your money in the stock market, what's going on is that money is being used in investments like foreign manufacturing, killing the American manufacturing sector, killing jobs. This is why billionaires need to be taxed out of existence rather than admired, because their money is used against us. Their money is used to fund organizations like ALEC, organizations that work to deny us voting rights, denying women access to private health care, and on and on. These son of a guns do not make any money. What they do is they expropriate the surplus value of other people's labor. And that's what we need. We need to get paid, Johnson. We need to get the check cut. And that's what we need to be demanding. We need to demand that not that these billionaires be fine philanthropists. We know that's nothing but greenwashing. We know that. We're just whitewashing over their crap. We know that. What we need to do is tax those son of a guns out of existence And for the folks that are worried about our investments in foreign countries, that's minuscule in our budget compared to the amount of money we spend on our military to dominate the economies of the rest of the world. And who are we dominating? We, when I say we, how stupid of me to say that. Who are they to be dominating the currencies and the value and the expropriated value of everybody's labor globally? Who the hell are we? And when I say we, you know what I'm talking about? We as America, a nation. But this is certainly not a United States of America. We live in a feudal slave wage state right at the moment. And it's up to us to figure this out. Brother Malcolm figured this out, and they shot him up for it. We need to pick it up and read the books, folks. Read the books. It's as salient today as it was in the 1940s, 50s, 60s. It's always been salient, this argument. They were Elon Musk is nothing more than a modern-day plantation owner. That's all that son of a gun is. That's the end of my rant.
I love it.
I love you, Tim. Thank you so much.
I love you back, Mark. Give it up for my caller, Mark, man, putting it down. Putting it down. Wow. Wow. Now, look, guys, whenever we use the terms like plantation owners, I'm going to say this. I know what Mark meant. Now, we know, as black folks with a legacy of formerly enslaved people, the slaves did not make money. But if we're going to fast forward to where we are today and realize that these wages do not keep in step with inflation, and we could come up with another term for that, that'd be great, but you know what Mark meant. I just want to make sure we know that I caught that. That I want you to know I caught that. But I know what he meant by that. We're not making the average worker should have to be demanding and picketing for $15 an hour. We're at a place where that should be $25 an hour. And they keep using the same talking points, and some of us buy into it. Well, if we raise wages, then they won't be able to employ people. Okay, so the wages have not been raised a lot of places. Have the money went down and have they employed more people? They're going to have to raise prices. They never cut prices. So if we raise wages, they raise prices. But we don't raise wages. Do they cut prices? No. No. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. And I realize it's everywhere you look. There's always this tit for tat bullshit, guys. It's everywhere. If I say we need to be on the side of the worker, it'd be somebody saying we need to be on the side of the corporation. Look, it's not that we're against people making money. We're against exploitation. If I can't do something, it's because I physically, mentally, or I financially cannot do it. It's not because I'm going to be on the moon. I'm in outer space. They didn't even make it. First of all, none of these people went to the moon. They just went to outer space, okay? They left our solar system. They went up in the air, okay, far up the air. But they didn't go to the moon. But that's not why I can't hire an editor. Because I'm in Bermuda, or I'm going to leave Earth for a couple of days, for a day, because I want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to fly in a space shuttle. No, it's because I just don't have it. And if corporations just don't have it, that's one thing. Stop grouping small corporations that just don't have it with these corporations that have it, but just don't want to fucking spend it. Stop being a bootlicking kiss ass and a sellout, riding with corporations that could pay more, just don't want to. Okay? Those are different entities. Let's stop treating them all like they're the same entity. All right. There we go. Right? That makes sense? All right, I hope it makes sense, Johnson. You're so tired of hearing it, man. All right, so I want to thank everybody who contributed to the show tonight. Context matters. Thank you. We all together. Cut the check already. Cut the check. Cut the check. B1, Tuko Pamoja. We all together. Tuko Pamoja. Tuko Pamoja. Cut the check, Johnson. I knew I couldn't see one on the screen, so one of them were missing because I'm dialed in late. Will in the house. Will in the house. Robin in the house. Cool Cat Tony donation. Cool Cat Toy donation. Who buying a Cool Cat Toy donation? I don't know what that is. What's up, Will, man? Will is like single-handedly. Will single-handedly trying to keep me in the game, man. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will. We're going to be, I keep reinventing myself. We'll reinvent the show. We'll do something so I can be half as, effective. 84% of Black Americans do not go to school, not to college. And I have to imagine most of that's because they can't afford it. And look at the numbers and they go, I can't afford this shit. All right, guys. Tomorrow or today is Pause with Tim Black. And so be a part of that. That's tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony D, the other Tony, says, I'm worried about getting my paychecks garnished after this period of time again next year. That's what we worry about. We got real problems. And that's what I'm saying, man. It's so demoralizing when people are kissing ass and running interference for the system. So here's what we got. We got people that are we should have, it's very simple. You fight for the people or you don't. That's it. It's not rocket science. We're either fighting for the people or we're not fighting for the people. And that should be very easy to see. It's very clear. Very clear, Johnson. All right, guys. You guys with me? We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep trying to make this happen. All right. Hit me up. Find me as Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Tim Black on Instagram. Appreciate you tuning in. I know it's very late or very early, however you want to look at it. I got nothing but love for you. Cut the check. And don't let nobody take your cornbread. That's what this is. The show for people who can't stand the news. That's why you get it here, because we don't cover it like they cover it. We cover it like real people do it. The working class people's fighter for the people, Tim Black Show. I love you. I'll see you on the next one, Johnson. Wolfpack.
Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.
Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. subscribe.